Hello there, and welcome to the Wandering Wolf. We are live with you. I'm your host, Mark Rhodes. Alongside me, as always, is my friend and fellow Wolves lifer in his Raul Jimenez fantastic inspired third shirt. There. How you doing, buddy? You okay?
I'm doing well, mate. I'm doing well. Good to see you. It's been a while.
Yes, yeah, at least 24 hours.
And the good news is I've got my power of my speech back, which did leave me at certain points over the weekend. But
we had a conservatory rave, didn't we? With me and the family, we went over to Craig and his lovely wife's house, and we had the weekend to end all weekends. It was just fantastic. So yeah, just getting over that. I've just started rehearsing for Panto. No, he hasn't. Oh yes, he has in Aylesbury. So oh wow, oh okay, right. Let's get this up. We've gone international.
Go on.
Hi from Poland, from Diamond Sports. Thank you very much.
Thank you for watching.
Lovely. Representing.
On the international stage now, mate.
Well, no, yeah, what's going on? And also, let's say hello to Ben as well. Ben is here with us. Evening, fellas. Great results. Couldn't agree more. Semedo's best game in a Wolves shirt. Couldn't agree more. Aitnari, excellent. Kilman will be soon in the England squad. Can't argue with any of those statements.
We'll come back to some of that.
Yeah.
And I've just got to touch on this one. Alex Harris, hi from Tipton. Fantastic.
Lovely.
Well, Poland, that's where I'll go every day to work. So love a bit of sunny Tipton.
Not Poland.
Not Poland. Not this week.
Both equally is nice. And also, got to say, I have to make a really big apology because on yourself, didn't we?
Let's hear it, yeah.
And we gave our predictions, and myself, being the utter moron that I am, thought that we were going to get spanked. I said 3-1.
Yeah, you didn't even think lose, did you? You actually
no, I thought.
I
did, and you know what? Thinking about it, what you said was bang on the money, mate. The international break, we played them at the right time. We absolutely. It was as close an annihilation of a 1-0 as you possibly get. We had more possession, which doesn't usually happen, let's be honest. We had more shots on goal. The football was wonderful. I'd probably go so far as to say, as complete performances go, this season, I think it's probably the best one. I think our best half was probably Everton. But I think as a complete 90 minutes...
performance,
I just think... It was just brilliant. It was really good, and we were 6th in the league now. And I think what it says there, roller coaster season continuing. I think I'm not getting too crazy about the whole situation, and I think we shouldn't be shouting about Europe or it's amazing. This is amazing. We need to just settle down because next week we might lose to Norwich. That's just the way it's going to be this season.
It could easily happen, couldn't it?
Yeah. But what do you think of the performance, mate?
Well, yeah, I wanted to put roller coaster season continues because I think sometimes when we win a game, it's right, that's it. We're absolutely the finished article with this, with that, and then the next week we'll, the performance will be subpar, and we're going, what on earth's going on there? How can we play so well? And so I think that's just going to be the story of the season, to be honest.
Why do you think that? Because isn't it about consistency? It's obviously, we're looking for that magic ingredient of consistency because we've seen how we played against West Ham. If we play like that against anyone, we're going to give them a game. They were 3rd in the league, for God's sake.
I think it's just the actual overall competition in the league. It's such fine margins. You can be consistent in yourself and not pick up the points.
Yeah.
It's so tight. I mean, West Ham, take nothing away from them. They're fantastic. They're having a dream season themselves.
We made them look ordinary, though.
And we matched them, and we did make them look ordinary. We had a lot of possession.
Yeah.
They didn't really get a foothold in the game at all.
They started well. They had
well.
First 15 minutes, and then after that, it was
like you touched on. It was the most complete performance of the season, really, from us. After that sort of initial 10-minute, 15-minute spell, we settled into it and just dominated really from there, didn't we?
Absolutely.
And I think there's a number of people that we could touch on who had a brilliant game, managed to sort of silence them, and yeah, like you say, it's a dominant win in the end.
Well, let's talk about some
with
of those.
Absolutely zero media coverage.
Well,
thank goodness for them that Ollie got sacked.
Today, mate,
I couldn't believe that.
It was ridiculous. Like, we were on after Palace and Burnley. Like,
it was ridiculous.
I tell you what, if West Ham would have won the game, it would have been a lot closer to the top.
They'd have been first.
It does me head in, that does, because and nobody's talking about us, which I don't mind. I don't mind. Like, it hurts a little bit, vanity wise, when you go on to and watch Match of the Day, and they're going slowly about their business under the radar. But all these nonsense things, like, where's the accolades? Because it's not one of the top 6 clubs.
Yeah. Well, we did get a mention on TalkSport earlier because Darren Goff
about Man United.
But yeah, they were talking about Man United, and they actually said that they were like trailing people, like, I think he named Wolves, and I think Leicester was the other one. So we did get a mention there, but because of everybody else's failings, obviously.
Yeah, it's not because we're playing well. It's because everybody else is having a shocker. I just don't understand. Let's go to some of the comments, because I'm interested. To thank you for getting in touch. Always fantastic to have you on. Pick one, mate. There's loads.
Go on then. Let's go to Vinyl Revival.
Lovely.
Norwich and Burnley next, winnable games. Who knows? We just have to pick up points before December. Just got to be consistent. Yeah.
But the thing is, though, with that Vinyl Revival, I agree to a certain point. But the way we're playing, I don't think there's any consistency there where you could actually say, like, that's a 3-pointer. That, like, definitely in the bag. We know how we play against Burnley. We don't usually play well against Burnley. Norwich, granted, but they've just won their first game of the season. So, second, sorry. So I think every single game is going to be tough. But if we keep on playing like that, and it's that word again, consistency, if we keep on just getting a little bit better each game, we're a top 10 club. There's no question of that, because we've got people coming back as well. So, interesting one from Ben Clay here, because
I think another one.
Declan Rice or Ruben Neves, on that performance, you would take Neves every time. Who am I to argue? Like, Ruben Neves did a pass in that game. It was like he was playing cricket, and he was
for the Jimenez chance.
It was ridiculous. I've never seen anything like it, and he meant that. That. Any other player in the Wolves team did it, I would have thought maybe Moutinho could get away with that, but Neves outside, it was crazy. Like, there was like fade on it. How?
Yeah,
he's becoming Neves is becoming like idol status soon.
Yeah.
He has. If he's
having a phenomenal season,
unbelievable. Well, there's a lot of them having great seasons.
But the biggest problem if he carries on like that is he's really keeping hold of him, isn't he?
Yeah, but I think we've had this conversation before. He does love playing for Wolves, but I get it. Grealish loved playing for Villa, and look what happened. This one's a good one. Yeah, go on.
Let's go to Dutchy TV. Thanks for tuning in again. Bruno made a great call playing Podence. Thought he had his best game in Old Gold. Now, usually I am the first one to sort of say, Podence, not too sure about him.
Even I jumped on that bandwagon.
Yeah, you did. You did, surprisingly. I managed to reel you in. But yeah, he had a good game. What can I say?
Good game.
Yeah, he was.
He
showed. What we all thought we were getting when we signed him, and if he can keep that up, then we've got a player. You know,
you know what he does. You know what he does. He does really well in like tight areas.
Yeah,
because of like his low center of gravity and stuff. Like he can,
like you were saying, getting shots off when you wouldn't expect him to.
Yeah, and like Fabianski it was a really good save actually, because he just didn't expect it. He thought he was like going to pass it off or lay it off or try and get a crossing. And that's the thing with I remember, was it last season? It must have been, because there's no crowd, when it was against Chelsea, I think. And he like took it around a defender, and he had two defenders in front of him, and he just swiveled and he shot, and like, and when they least expected it, went to the top corner, and that's what he can bring. Like, and that's why I think he's getting in instead of Trincao. And we'll talk about Traore because we always do on the channel. But what planet we got a Barcelona player who they probably want back warming our bench?
I know.
What's going on? I absolutely.
That's where we are, mate. That's where we are.
I know. Yeah, it's. Let's talk about some of the other performances. Let's talk about this guy, Semedo, because there's a lot of negativity towards this guy, and some was, you know, granted. I thought he was a little bit harsh, but I could see where people were coming from. His defending wasn't great when he first come into the league. It was too fast for him. He was struggling to get on the right side of forwards and giving away like silly penalties and stuff. I thought he was man of the match. Personally, I thought he was everywhere. Like even the West Ham fans saying, I've heard a few comments saying, who's the guy on the right hand side? He's absolutely brilliant, but I think we're taking him for granted, and I think he's only going to get better.
I just think that we've been spoiled in that area the last couple of years.
Yeah, we have. We have
Doherty and not just being a good player in that position, but popping up with a couple of goals, important goals as well.
Well, he's a better finisher than
Semedo. Some of his link-up play and stuff. And obviously it's taken Semedo a good few months now, like honestly, to get into it. Some of his decision-making, I think he's probably there now. I think some of his decision making and the speed and everything else. You know, I think he showed on Saturday that he's probably there.
Yeah,
and hopefully long may that continue, because, like I say, he's exciting. If you can add a couple of goals to his repertoire, then we've got some player there.
I think that's the issue, really. I think Semedo. I think Vinyl Revival was right when he said he's put up about Semedo always being compared to Doherty by the fan, and that shows.
I've just done it, haven't I? Yeah,
exactly. But I think that is right to a certain degree, because Doherty always came in with goals. Like, I don't think tactically, he's probably Doherty. I mean, I think defensively he was better than Semedo, but I think Semedo's game now, he's what Bruno Lage wants in the team. He wants an attacking defender, basically, and that's what we've got. I really, really rate him. I think he's just got better and better. What's Alex said? Somebody's Alex.
Don't tell Dan.
Don't.
Yeah, he's a bit like me and Traore, to be honest.
Yeah, from the 77 Club, which is a brilliant
show.
Show. Really good lads. But yeah, I have seen that a few times. Dan is not a fan of Semedo, but I think he's getting there, and for me, he's the best player on the pitch. We always say Neves. Like, I think this guy Kilman as well. Good God, he's like he had all the forwards in his pocket. Like, are we giving him too much praise, or is he just that damn good?
I don't know. I think with Kilman, it's where he's come from as well. What he's you know, he's not some superstar that we've brought in or anything. He's just
we were going to get rid of him to a championship club, weren't we? Like,
and he's just turned into,
Maldini.
He's literally gone from literally a squad player to one of the best defenders probably in the league.
Well, I think like him and Cody have been. I think Saiss as well. Like at the beginning of the season, we all thought it was going to be defensively. We were going to struggle. We've got a fantastic defensive record this season. We really have, haven't we?
Yeah,
like, it's just
absolutely.
I think that performance to keep them at bay. I've got a mate who I'm working with at the moment who's a West Ham fan, and he did say the reason why Antonio was so bad was because I see that Dave Sullivan paid for him to come back from Jamaican international duty on a private jet.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. Yeah.
And he was struggling, and I was like, "What about the other 10 players, kid?"
Yeah. Why would you struggle? Because you've gone home on a private jet?
Yeah. Well. Yeah. Yes.
Sounds all right to me. Sounds all right to me.
Yeah, I think that's a little bit of bull. There, but
just a little.
But
yeah, well,
that yeah.
No, I think it was.
I haven't got that much more to say about the performance against West Ham because I think we need to finish. We need to be finishing off teams at 1-0. There's always going to be a chance that West Ham again, and they did. They had a couple of chances, but I think defensively we've been that good. We've been able to nick games. The only game that we've won out the 6 by more than 1 goal is the Watford game. So all the others have been close, But I think now coming up, we've got 2 out of the 3 games are incredibly winnable. Like Norwich, Burnley.
You've got to think we're picking up points there.
I hope so, but who knows? Maybe this team. I don't know anymore. I don't know.
It's the other teams as well. It's the league. It's the way it is. It's just topsy-turvy. It's it's going to be up and down all the time.
Yeah,
I think everybody's going to struggle for consistency. Personally, I think. And December's always a bit of a mixed bag of
maybe it's
some craziness.
Time to play, Liverpool and Man City because I completely agree. I think it's a weird time. But,
it is. It is. I just want to read this comment from Vinyl Revival. Bruno has given the players belief. So,
Ruben Neves for me. Well, both midfielders actually. João Moutinho as well. It's like somebody's.
Yeah, there's players I'm guilty of last season saying they're finished, or there's Moutinho as an example, and Cody maybe even another one sometimes. Podence is in that conversation as well. There's a few.
I don't think Podence is in there because he's had one good game. I think I love him to bits, but
he seems to have. Because don't forget what a bad state it was in really when Nuno left. We were shocking. It had gone really downhill. It had been a poor season. No consistency whatsoever. Everyone seemed unhappy. There was a big dark cloud over the place, and he's had a tough job to be fair. And he did have his doubters when he came in. Was he just a yes man? Was he, what's this guy all about? He
needs commending. He needs commending.
He's done, for me, he's 6th in the table. It's a bit up and down, but how can you?
I don't mind that. We should be having 7 wins. It's like a 93rd minute equaliser from Leeds that we're not on 21 points and 5th in the table.
Yeah, I know. We should have put Man United to the sword as well.
Where we should. We played 3 teams at the beginning of the season that if we played them now, we definitely would get points off. United, good God. If I'm a manager, why on earth would you go to Manchester United? That club is
it's
in a horrible state. I'd rather go to Newcastle than Man United at the moment. I think
it's a club in it's a club in disarray, mate.
Yeah.
Big time.
When I'm about getting Zidane in, I'm like, Yeah, I know it's a Wolves channel, but I just want to talk about this absolute nonsense of like Man United are the be all and end all of football. I just can't. They think they're they're a massive club, probably the biggest in England. Like a few Liverpool fans will have a little bit of a say.
Are they?
I don't think they are. No, like commercially, then maybe so, but like they've not won anything for ages.
Yeah, I think we would probably always think of them in high regard because
we were
the history and like certainly my growing up watching football, they just dominated. Yeah. Dominated for 20 years, didn't they? But
so did
so far away from that. You don't just get it back by changing your manager or.
Leicester have won more Premier League titles than them in the last 5 years, 6 years.
Yeah.
Like, so, yeah, this whole thing about, like, the arrogance of it. Like, what did I see? I saw a tweet. It was hilarious, but the fact that it was real made me laugh so hard. It was from a United fan, and it's been retweeted about, like, 400,000 times. It's so stupid. Basically, before Ole Gunnar Solskjaer got the sack, this guy said, "Why don't they bring in Potter from Brighton to be his assistant manager?" Like this was when Brighton were higher up in the table than Man United, and it's like, I know what you're going to say. This was the tweet. I know what you're going to say. He's not going to come and be an assistant manager. He said, well, he would do if it was Man United. We are Man United. I was like, what are you talking about?
What does that even mean? We're Man United. Terrible.
I know. But hey, we digress. Let's talk about Wolves because we're doing all right. We're doing all right. Who's been your player of the season so far, Craig? Because I think there's a few that's up there.
I think you'd probably have to say Kilman's up there. Neves, like we all know that. I think the thing with Neves, we kind of knew it was in there, but it just wasn't showing. But the fact that it is again now, but he's been playing fantastic. I think Cody's having a cracking season as well.
I think they've Neves has just had him on strings, hasn't he? Like,
I'd probably say Kilman because it seems like every week we're talking about him.
I'm surprised you said Cody, actually. Because I'm glad you said Cody because, we've been guilty in the past.
He's probably going to get a lot of stick, but I just think he's absolutely class.
Leader, isn't he? And
he's not the best footballer in the world. He's not.
But he'll say that. He'll say that.
He does a job, and it's a fantastic job. So for that, can't knock it.
Vinyl Revival. Let's put that one up because that's a good one. Because I want to know the answer to this. Go on.
I'll tell you what it is. Bruno needs backing. Get Botman in for 27 mil and Van der Beek on loan. Neto and Johnny back from injury.
We ain't getting Van der Beek. We're not getting Sanchez either. No. We've seen on Twitter it's like got an agreement in with Barcelona or something. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I think 27 million for Botman. We'll need to sell Traore for that to go through. Like we're just not gonna do it. Fosun just don't. They're not working that way at the moment.
Yeah, there's no way we're spending that sort of money. To be fair,
no.
But with these two guys coming back,
oh my god, that for me, those two players there are worth £70 million, fully fit. Yeah, both together. I mean,
I know.
You'd get 20 for Johnny and 50 for Neto. I think
I'm excited about Neto's return, but for me, Johnny, given what he's had, I know he's class, but
can he come back the way he was?
Eitner is really taken that role on this year, and he's flying. And I wouldn't say Johnny's fit; he's straight back in.
But Johnny can play on the right as well.
Given what he's done, well, we've just been, waxing lyrical about Semedo.
Yeah, no, I get it. But
given his issues, I don't know. But would you see?
Stop bringing back Dennis Irwin. All right, Dennis Irwin can sit on the bench. Like, what are you talking about?
But yeah, I could probably see Johnny moving on. To be honest,
what? Really?
Yeah.
No chance.
Yeah, he's not going to be.
The only way
I don't know if he's going to be fit enough to play in the Premier League every week.
Or
no, whatever part he's got to play. But Neto, yeah, absolutely. That's exciting. But I don't think I personally can't see Fosun spending money in January.
Well, we'll get rid of Traore, won't we?
Yeah, but I can see him. I can see that happening. But I can see, not spending that money. I think they'll just get rid of him.
Oh my God, I think there'll be an utter meltdown like that.
There will, yeah. It's coming.
There's no way. Do you really think that's going to happen?
Yeah.
Do you think it's going to happen? Like, tell us. Do you think that Traore is going to be sold in January, and we're not going to buy anyone?
I think we will. I think we will buy people, maybe one or two, but unknown, under half the money.
Really? Well, we need an attacking midfielder. I agree with Varna Revival there. That is a must. I don't actually think we're.
I think it'll be the summer.
Amazing. Botman would be amazing,
especially if we're top 10. Christmas. Yeah. There's no way they're going to spend any money in January.
Yeah, true.
No way.
Oh God. So basically, what you're saying is, the problem is if we're in the relegation zone, the players that we're looking for ain't going to come to us. So it's kind of like you're in a rock and a hard place, really, aren't you? Yeah. But I'm really happy with being 6th, and there's we're on the same amount of points as Tottenham, but can we stay 6th?
I just want to read this one. Yeah, of course we can. Of course we can. So is Marcel third left back if Johnny's back? I think
100% he is, yes.
I think so.
I think Marcel's the guy that you get rid of. Not Johnny. Yeah. Marcel's made of cheese. He's so. Yeah. He's I know he has.
Yeah. I just think if Johnny's going to be able to, when you've had those two, but look what happened straight after.
Johnny's made of cheese as well, so yeah, they've got holes in them all. But what I'm saying is Johnny for me is the best parts of Marcel and Neitnery.
Yeah.
He's defensively really good, and he's also attacking wise. I think he's really good as well. But Johnny, he was Mr. Consistent. Sadly, injuries might have finished his career. We don't know what Johnny's going to come back, and we also don't know which Neto is going to come back, and that's more important, I think. Not taking away anything from Johnny, but Neto.
I just think Neto's younger and hungry enough.
Yeah.
To turn it round, whereas I think Johnny, 2 injuries are the same thing in quick succession.
Well, it's different knees, though, isn't he? Which is I think that's probably.
So they're both gone. They're both gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see.
Oh God, not this again.
Go on. Where are we?
You know which one I'm.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, you can read this one out.
Sheffield United have a young attacking midfielder on loan at the minute that Bruno could mould into a great player.
This is a cut and paste from a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, but it's
not
more relevant every week.
I don't think it does because he's playing well in the Championship. We know the difference in quality. It's I get it. He's a decent player, but we
didn't you want us to sign a Championship striker a few months back? He's proven himself.
We were in dire need of a striker though. We were in dire need of a striker.
Yeah.
And needs more.
We need an attacking midfielder.
He's not good enough. If we want to stay 6th in the Premier League, Morgan Gibbs-White is not going to keep us there. I know it's not all on him, but if you're putting a gun to my head and saying can we get Sanchez, Van der Beek, or bring back Morgan Gibbs-White on loan? I think you know the answer to that. So, good one from.
I do know the answer because Fosun are not going to be spending that sort of money.
Oh, and he's not coming back, mate. He's not. Good one from Alex Deacon. Thanks for getting in touch. Do you think we'll
this one?
Yeah. Do you think we'll recall Dion Sanderson in January? No.
I don't think so.
I don't want and especially if we are in the market for a centre back. It's like there's no point in bringing back Sanderson when he's playing so well in the Championship. I think it's the same thing with Morgan Gibbs-White, and I might go back on my original point, but Morgan Gibbs-White has got potential. He's got potential, but he needs game time, and I don't think with the current midfield, why should we change it? He's not going to get in front of Dendoncker for me. He's not going to get in front of Moutinho or Neves. So why warm the bench up, play some minutes, and play well for Sheffield United? And that goes with Dion Sanderson.
Do you think Dion Sanderson and Morgan Gibbs-White will come back into it at the end of the season, ready for next year?
Maybe. I think that's what Fabio Silva needs. He's so low in confidence.
Absolutely.
And I only think it's because of the price tag that we haven't done that.
Yeah.
I feel sorry for the lad. I really do. Like the expectation on his shoulders. Like, it's not his fault we paid that much money for him. But he can't hit the, cow's backside with the banjo at the moment. He's like it, and you could see it in his face. He's a really, really. I think he's got some potential, but I don't know. Fabio Silva, for me, he's playing into the hands of the people that thought that we'd pay over the odds. They're right at the moment.
Yeah, but surely you could go out on loan and the club could say, well, in terms of the price tag, it was because he's one for the future. We saw something in him. He's a snip at that price,
He hasn't. Go and score 30 goals in the Championship.
If he goes and tears it up somewhere, then all the hype's there, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Go on. Okay, Spencer. That's Spencer Comer. This guy knows. There's a reason why, since we've been in the Premier League, Morgan Gibbs-White goes out on loan. The reason is Morgan Gibbs-White is a Championship.
Okay, so you're not allowed to progress or move forward or get better.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that at all.
He's doing all the right things.
Mate, there's levels to this. There's levels. There's like that, and I think he's got his level.
Yeah,
there's a level to it.
I think you've written him off already, haven't you? And I'm saying he can step up.
I think out of the two players,
he's got to prove himself.
Out of the two players, I know they're not in a similar position, but similar vein for me, Morgan Gibbs-White and Fabio Silva. Okay, different question. If you were to put these three players and say one of them is going to break out next season and become a regular in the Wolves team, out of Dion Sanderson, Fabio Silva and Morgan Gibbs-White, if they were all recalled from Wolves, who would you put your money on?
Me?
Yeah. Gibbs-White? I wouldn't say Gibbs-White.
What did you think I was going to say then?
I'd actually say Dion Sanderson.
Really?
Yeah, I would, yeah.
I think a lot of people would agree with it. I don't see why they can't both.
No, I get where you're coming from, but I'm saying like the most. A lot of people are saying Silva. Some are saying Sanderson. None are saying Morgan Gibbs-White. So just putting it out there. Okay, Rubber Dinghy Rapids. Come on, let's have a bit of Traore banter. Go on. I want you to say it.
Criminal to sell Traore. Love him to bits.
Fantastic.
What do you love about him?
His blonde hair.
Is it his oiled up biceps?
No, I quite like that.
Tight shirt, or
I actually think that's a really good.
I just think he should be banned for life just for that. Really.
What? It wasn't him that said put oil on me. It was like
he loves it. It's feeding his ego.
You know what? Rubber Dinghy Rapids, fair play. If you are a fan of Adama Traore, then you are, fair play. I don't rate him as a footballer. I just don't.
Touchy TV, love his new teeth. See, I didn't even know he got new teeth, but he certainly cares about his new teeth more than learning how to score. So,
well, like even when he came on and he did that run, and we're all going, "Oh, he's running on and goal! Oh, he's hit a defender with his terrible time shot." Yeah.
Can you read this one out?
I can. Traore is a luxury player, no assists and no goals. Yep. No appearances really, but, I think we're all like bashing Traore, but I think it's time for him to leave. It is. I think Neto coming back, Podence, Trincao, they all get in before him. Hwang is not going anywhere.
Oh, I hope not.
Well, I can't see it. Like
they'll make that permanent. They'll make that permanent. Neto will be back. They'll get the money for Traore, and
I don't think we'll buy Trincao at the end of the season either.
Really?
I don't. No, I don't, because I think we'll. If Podence stays, I think they'll put Podence. Podence will be the sub. You've got Hwang, Neto, and Jimenez. Good God, that's just sex, isn't it? Yeah. And then you've got Podence to come on. Why would you spend all that money on Trincao, who I really rate, by the way? I know like a few people don't. I rate him a lot. It's quite a lot of money to shell out for him. But rubber dinky rapids.
I love it.
So good. Okay, go on, read it.
Great comment. I'm here for this. Fabio has no attributes to even begin to develop him.
Oh God, that's so hard. It's so hard.
That's amazing. Oh, it's hard to. I'm really hard to disagree.
It is hard to disagree. I don't know what attributes he does bring to the tables. Like
he scored against the Albion. Never forget.
Yeah, and we still lost.
True. That was in January.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's he needs to go to the Championship just for his confidence, if nothing else.
I agree. Yeah.
And go and score 15 goals.
Yeah.
Just
I think he's getting the ball in the net. Like,
to be honest, we used to say that. Middle of last season, we'd be saying that even when he just come in, and he was playing. That's what we were still saying, wasn't it? So,
yeah, I actually think that Fabio Silva will go out on loan in January.
Yeah,
I actually think that'll be one of them where you go, oh, okay, because I think his confidence has just took such a massive hit, and he needs, as you rightly said, like he needs some games. So, like Morgan Gibbs-White, it's like it's giving him a new lease of life.
Yeah.
So, yeah, fingers crossed he can, because we're all laughing and joking about it.
He's only young,
man. He's got time. He's got time on his side. So, Alex Deacon, yeah, it's true.
Which one?
Oh, the bottom one.
Okay.
Because that's the best one. Fabio's curly hair is an attribute all to itself. Believe me. Yeah, it's spectacular.
It's wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
I concur completely.
This one. Adama tries to be a Hollywood player, trying to do it all and smashing it in top corner, when in reality it just flies into the stands or hits the front man. Yeah, that's it. That's pretty much.
That
sums it up.
That's not even a question. That is fact.
No, it's just stating the reason why he should be sold. And I know he's got a lot of lovers.
Yeah, and like,
and he's very exciting to watch. Very exciting. And if he got that little bit more of end products, I'd be doing a complete and utter U-turn. But he just doesn't bring anything.
He's not getting any game time, mate. It's like, it's not just us that thinks it. It's Bruno Lage.
It'd be interesting to see where he does go, because I don't think it'll be the Premier League.
I think he'll go back. He'll go to Spain. I think he will. La Liga, to one of the mid-table teams. And like Valencia, Villarreal, any other team beginning with V that I can't think of. But yeah, I think that's where he should go. I'm not even worried about him going to another Premier League team, to be honest. I'm in that. Yeah. Oh God, yeah, I agree with this.
Okay. Go on.
The bottom one, Alex Harris, absolutely correct. Jose Sarr, very underrated at the Wolves. I think.
Yeah.
I think he probably he's not underrated. I think we're taking him for granted. I think because we have had so many good goalkeepers.
Yeah, we always have a good goalkeeper, don't we?
We really do, and I think his distribution is absolutely fantastic. Like it's on another level to Rui Patricio. And as much I think what's happening is Rui Patricio is going down and he's coming up, and I think in the next couple of years, Sarr's going to be Portugal's number one without a shadow of a doubt.
Absolutely.
I think he's absolutely brilliant. Like he's got a mistake in him, but what goalkeeper doesn't? Like there's not many that don't really.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
But he's some of the passing, man. God, like I'm goalkeepers now. They need to be footballers as well, obviously. But his distribution, like he's like a quarterback. Like
it'd be interesting at the end of the season to see how many goals he's set up, or
he'll have more assists than Traore.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Says it all, doesn't it?
Yeah. Defo.
Everyone's saying his distribution's fantastic. Yeah.
What we thinking? Down Sport. Xavi wants Trincao back. He probably does. And also, I did tweet, and I stand by it. It's like if Xavi wants him back, like isn't that praise enough for us to go? Well, why shouldn't we put our hands in our pockets? You know, Xavi, one of the best midfielders I've ever seen. You know, so, but we'll see what happens. Some players are not right for this league. I don't know whether Trincao fits into that mould or not.
Yeah, but it's all about timing and circumstance. So
so is Norwich away?
Yes, I believe it is.
Okay.
I believe it is.
Well,
I think they're both Norwich and Burnley. No, Burnley's at home. And
Liverpool away.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Liverpool's at home.
Is it?
I think. Yeah.
We've got a few home games then. That's quite good because like I didn't realise that we'd not won 3 Premier League games on the trot at home, like since we've been back in the Premier League. So that's a fantastic stat and something to hold on to. So I think Bruno Lage, he's doing so well, and when he actually gets his own players in, we'll be all right.
You know, I'm thinking 9 points there. I can't really see anything else at this moment in time.
I'm going to go 4. The conservative estimate. I'm going to go 4. Yeah, but yeah, I think those games you could juggle them around because I think really, who knows with this team now? I'm excited when I watch them now. I wasn't last season. And that's the difference, really. I think. Because you don't know what you're going to get. You kind of knew with the Nuno game that it was going to be, we'll defend for 70 minutes, try and get it to 0-0, and try to nick it in the last 20. Yeah,
you look at Norwich. I'm not looking at that like it's a foregone conclusion. I know I just joked about it, but it's not. It's not. None of them are. We've got just as much chance of beating Liverpool as we have getting a result at Burnley and vice versa. You know, we could get spanked by Norwich. No.
It wouldn't be my accumulator bet.
No. Well, Liverpool look frightening, but you never know.
You never know. I think watching them against Arsenal, they're a good side. I think it's a three-horse race for the title. Well, you went Chelsea, didn't you, to win the league at the beginning of the season? I went City. I can't see anybody else other than City, Chelsea, or Liverpool winning the title. And I think it'll be close. I really do. And then you've got the 4th spot. That why can't we?
We've got to be in the conversation.
We're in the mix, aren't we? We're in the mix, and
we often are.
it's obviously it's a long old season, and we're only 12 games into it, but it's exciting, and probably next week when we have a chat, it'll be a different story. But when we do win, let's enjoy it, because the football that we're playing at the moment is wonderful to watch. So yeah. I don't know whether you've got anything else to say, Peter.
It's going to be interesting, mate. The next few weeks. I think looking at those fixtures there, you're kind of probably thinking, Norwich and Burnley beat them, and Liverpool probably nothing. But just the way it's all going, that could all be completely topsy-turvy.
Yeah, we could get 1, we could get 9. It's like one of them seasons, isn't it, where you can't really. And that for me, like, I quite like that. I quite like that. And as a Wolves fan, it's very easy to, when we lose, get on the back of the team and like absolutely slate everything that's going on in the club. And you'll get people who've gone very quiet on social media, all these naysayers who are out for Bruno, out for the team, these Wolves fans who you only ever hear when we're losing. Say, oh, it's a disgrace. They've gone very quiet. So that's nice. Hopefully they can stay quiet after the next 3 games.
Well, they'll be back. They'll be back, I'm sure.
I know, mate. But yeah, as a Wolves fan, it's never dull, is it?
Never dull. Never dull.
Yeah. Anything else, mate?
I think I'm all good there, mate. Unless you got anything. I
think so.
Anything you want to mention?
Just enjoyed it as always. Oh yeah, we've got to give a shout out to the Code Red documentary on Raul Jimenez. What an incredible piece of television! I don't know where you watched it yet, mate, but
I've watched some. I'm going to finish it off in a minute.
It's incredible, and it just shows. It showed Nuno.
I was just disappointed in Nuno that they filmed him in his Tottenham tracksuit.
I know, but
I was a bit annoyed about that. But to see the emotion in him was like the first time I saw like the trailer. It's like, oh my god, wow! You did get an insight into, it was in the middle of like the COVID situation with no fans.
Yeah,
it was
a weird time. Yeah, that's when like that. It was
sickening, man. That was sickening. But you saw how upset he was. So imagine, like, at the time.
Yeah.
So knock that played a big part in his what happened after that, really.
Yeah. And also Connor Cody on Match of the Day too. So now that bloke, like, well, I think
it was incredible. I know.
I'm proud to have him as a captain. Like, we give him grief sometimes about like his play and his natural ability, whereas a captain, as a human being, we should all be incredibly proud to have him there, because like, what a bloke.
We'll miss him when he's gone, that's for sure.
Yeah, and I think we won't appreciate Connor Cody until he has actually either left the team or he retires, because he's a fantastic bloke, and yeah, we are lucky to have him. So, as long as we're playing a back 3,
he's all right with us.
He's all right with me. That rhymed. I didn't even realise. But mate, always lovely to speak to you, and always a lot nicer when we can talk about a win.
Oh, it is. It is.
Fingers crossed. We will be back next Monday.
We will.
And we'll talk about the game against Norwich, which I'm sure will be an absolute firecracker.
Oh, who knows? Who knows?
Yeah.
But I'm sure it'll be interesting.
Indeed. All right. Thank you so much, guys, for getting in touch. Get in touch via social media. We're at W1Wolf on Twitter, Instagram. Download our podcast on Spotify, Amazon, or Deezer, or download directly from BuzzSport to get the content. And that's
about it, mate.
All right, matey. Yeah, good times, good days. Wandering Wolf. That's definitely John.
That's not
all right. Speak to you soon, guys. Bye.
See you later.